Sunday morning, everybody. This is Easter Sunday morning, and I am going to watch service on TV today. I really wanted to go to church on Easter Sunday, but my church is really big. Excuse me. And the last time I went, it was shoulder to shoulder, although we still should be social distancing because we're still in a pandemic and the COVID rates are going up again. I elected not to go just because I've had COVID and I've had that experience of being very sick that I don't want to go through it again. It doesn't seem to matter whether you've been vaccinated or not. You could still get it. And that experience, I just don't want to have again if I can possibly help it. So I'm going to have church on TV. So what I'm doing is I decided at the last minute to do this video. So I've already baked my chicken. I'm going to have baked chicken, cabbage, mashed potatoes and gravy, and maybe a salad. So when I do my cabbage, I use smoked turkey instead of the bad stuff, instead of salt pork and stuff like that. So the turkey is really already done, but I put it in the water because I do like the flavoring from the smoked turkey. Also, I've already cut up my cabbage and I washed it. I put it in a strainer, and I do wash the cabbage after I get it cut up. And over here, I am going to cut up some bell pepper and onion to add that to the cabbage. So I will be right back. I'm going to cut up a half a clove, no, actually 2 cloves of garlic and a half an onion is what I meant to say. And so I'm trying something different today. I am not going to roll the camera while I'm doing it the whole entire time, but I'm gonna start off and then I'm gonna try like fast forwarding through the video, something new and different to speed up the video. Some people may like to actually try the recipe and want to listen to every single step. Some people may not even care because I'm not a chef, I'm just a cook. And some people may just like to see the general presentation. I'm not dicing it, I'm just cutting it up a little bit so that it will cook into the cabbage. If I were a chef, I would know how to perfectly cut this onion, but I'm not. I'll be right back. We'll give this a shot with the garlic. As far as showing you, I'm going to use 2 whole cloves. I do a little better with cutting up garlic than I do the onion. But you know what? This is an imperfect video because I am not a chef. That is my disclaimer. And when you just cook for your family, you just cook it for taste. I'm going to try to add a little more presentation to it as I learn. So charge it to my head, not to my heart, because I'm gonna get there. This is just a hobby for me to do. Okay, I have here bell pepper, white onion, garlic, and I am going to add these ingredients to my cabbage. This is my mother's recipe. So if you don't put these things in your cabbage, try it. It's very good. But for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and let the smoked turkey cook just a little longer in the pot when I'll add the cabbage, and we'll go from there. Thank you. All right, so the turkey meat is cooking. And I'm actually going to debone it and then add the cabbage. So one moment. Okay, I am back, and I want you to see that I've taken out some of the liquid because cabbage makes liquid actually, and I don't like soggy cabbage. I don't like it overdone, and so I am going to just add some of the onion to the turkey at the bottom, and I'm going to add some of the bell pepper at the bottom, and some of the garlic to the bottom. Then I'll put some more on the top. I'm gonna add cabbage, and I'm gonna try to make this go fast on the when I do the editing of the video. So I'm gonna put in some of the cabbage, at least half of it. Then I'm gonna add the rest of the garlic, the rest of the bell pepper and onion. Mix that up. And the rest of the cabbage. After it cooks down a little bit, then I will add some salt and pepper, but I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit first. Okay, we're back, and it has cooked down a little bit. I'm gonna add a little kosher salt. It's better than iodized, and a little of I use this for everything, Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning in place of salt. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some in there, and probably it'd be about a tablespoon. And then I add a little kosher salt just because it's better than table salt. I've already added some garlic. I'm gonna put a little ground pepper in there. Use my tongs and mix it up a little bit. Get the bell pepper and onion all mixed up in there. The turkey. So if you can see in the pot, the fluid has pretty much cooked up in there. And I'm not a proponent of too much water. I kind of like to use other things to substitute. In this case, I'm gonna use Swanson vegetable broth, and I'll probably just add like 1/4 cup to that. And I will, as I go along, see what I need to add to it. Again, like I said, I don't like overcooked cabbage. It's just about like I like it, and I don't like soggy cabbage. So for probably 5 more minutes, and then it will be to my liking. And so I'll be right back. My bird is almost done. All right, the cabbage is done. Nice and tender, not overly cooked, with the turkey meat for flavoring. There we go. See, I don't like overcooked cabbage. It's just right and tender. Seasoned just right. The bird is done, and I will fix some mashed potatoes and a salad. Dinner will be done. We'll have gravy with the potatoes. Okay, I'm going to make cornbread from scratch, and then I'll put it together with the dressing. I'm about to have a visitor and he talks to me and I don't want his voice on the video, so I'm just going to show you the ingredients and then I will, mix it all together, but you'll know what I'm mixing up. So I'm starting off with 1 1/4 cups of flour, and then 1/4 cup of the yellow cornmeal mix. We have an egg beaten up. This is the cornmeal mix. Then we have 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. We have 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm gonna put a little iodized salt in there, which is only going to be like 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and then a cup of milk. And as the cornbread gets done, we'll mix in some herb seasoning, Pepperidge Farm breadcrumbs, poultry seasoning, some poultry cube sticks, black pepper, cream of mushroom soup, kosher salt, the Greek seasoning, bell pepper, onion, and celery. We'll all mix that up. We'll mix that all up, and then bake it at 350. So I decided just to do this part now, and then when I get ready for the mixing, it will be a silent video. I'll be right back. And all of this will be cornbread dressing. I forgot to tell you that. So the cornbread from scratch, the other ingredients will make cornbread dressing. I am also going to make some mashed potatoes. So I have cut up the potatoes. They are Idaho potatoes. I'm going to, I cleaned the potatoes. I'm sorry, talking so fast because guest is on the way. But I'm going to have mashed potatoes. So I have Idaho potatoes, and I'm going to cut them up and boil them. Okay, got the potatoes on the stove, so they are boiling. And I make some really good mashed potatoes, but we'll let that cook. Now I'm going to mash the potatoes. So I have drained the water off of them, and I put like a half stick of butter. I like mine buttery and garlicky, so I'm just gonna put a half a stick of butter in there. And I'm making garlic mashed potatoes. We will have chicken gravy, but 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. So I ran out of whole garlic and I'm using minced garlic. And let me mash that up first. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt. This time I'm using some iodized salt. I have pre-mashed them. I'm gonna put in some half and half. I use that instead of milk. Just a little to consistency. I add a little vegetable broth to my mashed potatoes, not a lot, just a little for flavoring, and continue to mash. So the potatoes are mashed, and my grandmother and my mother both taught me how to cook, but my grandmother loved mashed potatoes, and so she used to put black pepper on hers, and I like that. So I'm gonna garnish it with black pepper. Now when I get ready to plate it, I'm not dishing up the food into containers because it's just me and my guys, so I ain't making a big deal about it, but I will make the plate look decent. And then we put a tab of butter in there to let the butter melt on the top. And we put this back on the stove until the dressing gets ready. So we're getting ready to make the dressing, and it calls for 1 stick of butter, and I'm going to melt the butter. It also calls for half a bag of Pepperidge Farm herb seasoning. It's actually bread crumb pieces, sage, poultry seasoning, salt. I use chicken bouillon, Greek seasoning for everything, takes the place of salt, ground pepper, cream of mushroom soup, which I'm going to warm on the stove, bell pepper, onion, celery, and I will just mix it up like I did the cornbread, and let you see me put it all together, and I'll be right back. smoking. Let me break this up. So I am sauteing the bell pepper, onion, and celery for the dressing, and I've cooked the mushroom soup, cream and mushroom soup. Once this gets done, then we'll finish preparing the dressing. All right, so we've got the vegetables sauteed. I'm gonna add that. Hold on, doorbell's ringing. So I'm stirring up the bell pepper, onion, and celery in the cornbread to make the dressing. I've already added the sage and the poultry seasoning. So I add a little black pepper. A little Greek seasoning. Like a teaspoon of each. Add the butter, and I will roll the butter into the cornbread mix. And the cream and mushroom soup. I'll stir this all up and I'll be right back. All right, so I forgot to video this part, but anyway, I put the vegetables in. I put in the Cavender's Greek seasoning, black pepper. I had already put in the poultry seasoning, and I had already put in the sage. So I added some chicken broth and the cream of mushroom soup, and I'm mixing it up, and I'll put it in a dish and then put it in the oven. Okay, it's all mixed up, and I'm gonna put it into the pan and bake it. So this is the dressing. It's ready to go into the oven. So here we go. In the oven. 350. All right, I'm finishing it up. Here's the cabbage. Garlic mashed potatoes. We will have chicken gravy over that. The dressing. The beautiful bird. Once I get it plated, I'll let you see what it looks like on the plate. Be right back. All right, here we go. We have the finished plated meal. Baked chicken, cabbage, dressing, mashed potatoes and chicken gravy, cranberry sauce, and lemonade. And this is my guy's plate. He likes that cranberry sauce, he said, even if it's not Thanksgiving. So here you go. Looks good. Thank you for visiting Divas Cooking, Travel, and Fun, and come back again.